Is it easier to hate or love, actually? Like, where do you draw the line? You know, the process of hating something is similar to the process of love, essentially. We love to hate, but hate to love, in a way. It's in times of like need, we are actually wired as human beings to actually seek first, scan the horizons for dangers, and then kind of pick the berries. Okay? So, do we hate the process of scanning the field, searching for the next threat or danger, or we fall in love with it? Like the process of being on the edge, being on the edge, putting yourself on the line, saying, I can do it. It's like one of the reasons this is too is, we hate more than we love because we actually hate not feeling loved. So holding on to hate seems more logical in a way because of our evolution as human beings. And if you remember back in the caveman days, they actually battled mammoths back in the day with spears. They'd have tribes and they'd have like these little spears. They go around like, I'm gonna go hunt this caveman. Let's go get the mammoth and impress the women, bring back the meat. And the women would be sitting there like, ah, la, 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 la. You got meat, 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 meat. Make a fire. I don't know if they made fire back then. The man to eat the raw meat, but some cavemen probably preferred it that way. They kind of grew up with it. It's like, think back to that. It's like, I totally went on a tangent there where it's like, I got this like written out formula. I'm kind of trying this new thing where it's like, I used to never actually plan out my videos. And I would kind of like wing them, essentially. I'm starting to write them out. And I'm kind of like, thinking back to the caveman days where like some cavemen, and sometimes in your life and stuff like that, we do stuff where it's like, we're so used to doing it that we hate doing it, but we love doing it. And you can kind of build this law of familiarity to it where it's like we get stuck in this box where it's like you're wondering, how do you do it better? Like, how do you essentially level up and like grow yourself? So I'm gonna go back to caveman stories. It's like thinking back to like caveman days, when they lived in huts and caves and stuff like that, and barely knew how to create fire. And you show them a lighter, you teleport back in time. You show them a lighter, they'd be like, ooh, ooh, ah, 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 with a spear, and you'd be like, no, 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 just a lighter. Watch this. Grab a leaf, and you'd light that bitch on fire. You'd be like, oh my god. And do you think the cavemen back then? This is the point where I'm looking at my notes, kind of getting used to it. But do you think they enjoyed stalking the mammoth and establishing, like, spearing them to death, or like hurling them off a cliff? Do you think they enjoyed that? I don't know. Truthfully, that's kind of. I'm kind of. I'm an animal lover. I'm like, I don't know. I don't feel like I'd be comfortable spearing a whole bunch of herd of mammoths like flying off a cliff. I'd be like, I want that mammoth, that mammoth kid, kind of that little mammoth baby. But so it's like no, and it's like they didn't. But they did love the benefits and the adrenaline rush that came with the chase. So essentially, when you're thinking about is it easier to love or hate, I know I just mix it up for you there. A little split difference for you. Is really when you're thinking of this love-hate process. Remember to focus on not what you hate actually. You may not actually hate it. The process, the process may just be a low energy state. Like a low energy state on a different plane of consciousness thought. That's one of the things I learned about split differences too. Like, I do certain things in my life where, like, my room, not gonna lie, I hated filming videos in my room like 2 weeks ago. And now I just got these posters, and it's like, those posters are kind of cool actually, having those in the videos where it'd be a plain white walls. Here, watch this. Watch this. Here, I'll show you this. Where, like, there's a mirror. I got like a mirror in my closet. As my closet, kind of, and it's like weird kind of to me. Where I kind of would hate it, but like now I got this like back wall where I didn't want to film videos in my room because there was nothing cool in the background. But now you got this Hogwarts poster. I'm like, I can actually film videos in my room again. It's pretty cool. So, when meaning, like, back to what I was saying, is meaning essentially you start to dwell. Sometimes when you get in this habit of like really learning something and understanding it, you start to dwell in love with something, and after a while, it can seem so ordinary, unexpected, or mandatory that you start to question it, where it's like where you should be at this level in your basic conscious thought, but you're at this level in your business, but you want to be this level, and you can't figure out a way to get from this level to where you start to dwell in this level, and then you can never get to this level, and you become kind of like a deal jumper in this industry or in life, where it's like you gotta like keep redoing the cycle sort of to until you get to that state of mind where it's like, this is it, this is it, this is just it, this is what I'm doing for the rest of my life, sort of thing. So essentially, however, hating something and always saying I hate this can lead to love with a little bit of like patience, understanding, and nourishment. You know I used to hate certain things about myself. Not really hate it, but I didn't enjoy it until you understand it. Until you understand like it's just a part of you. You know, like my stutter, I used to not like it until I learned how to cope with it and manage it and work with it and be like, I don't really stutter anymore, but I can stutter. And it's like, I stormed an image of myself where it's like, I don't really stutter. And the real thing to fall in love with is whenever you're like looking at the hate love process thing, it's like growth. It's like growth in oneself, growth in one's journey, growth in one's process, growth in love too. And that's my kind of like my message for you today is like, remember it's easier to love and accept the way it is rather than going about how you hate something every day. Because holding on to that hatred may turn to love, but love can always turn to hate too. And it's easier to love something and dwell on that part than it is to hate something and get off it.